won't you back it up on me? I love the way you're whining your pop waist. Don't tease till it making me on right. So smooth when you move to the groove, you're the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I love the style where you got bass. So won't you back it up on me? This a girl a wine in a time. I move around like she don't have no spine. The next thing, though she find, she have the rest of them a wait in a line. Oh gosh, champagne a pop and we so fast. Weed in a spliff, no allow that. Girl, back it up, make me hold that. This girl's on the level right now. I match to the bass and the treble right now. Wine to the real, them a crown. Bedroom pulling up, me now pop down. Fast, fast, slow, slow. Anywhere you want, baby girl, go. Bounce up and down like a pro, go. Girl, you want it, they know, yo. Real on the scene. Heavy movement, you and your team, yeah. Them can't intervene, right? You know another style where you got bass. So won't you back it up on me? I love the way you're whining your pop waist. Don't tease till it making me alright. So smooth when you move to the groove, you're the truth, baby. Back it up on me, yeah. I love the style where you got bass. So
do you know that maintaining clean and sufficient amount of oil is the perfect solution to preventing too much friction and overheating of your car engine? Remember that dye particles are deadly to your engines. So too is the use of the wrong kind of oil. Stop using recycled oil products on the market. Sonoco Premium Super Fleet Engine Oil is now in Liberia. The Premium SAE 50, Premium 15W40 for both gasoline and diesel engines. Once there is an engine, Sonoco has the lubricant. You can now change your engine oil after every 3 to 4 months. Since 1886, Sonoco Oil Company is supplying oil to over 85 different countries around the world. With Sonoco products, there is no more damage to your engines. Macintosh Incorporated, a Liberian company located on Weaver Street, AB Talbot Road in Pinsville, is the sole importer and country distributor of Sonoco and other U.S. lubricant brands. Call cell numbers 0880-535-508, 0777-677-633. That's your quality assurance.
It is often said any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. That is why I introduce to you a company with magic, SM Group Incorporated. SM Group Incorporated is an internet technology company that provides the best quality and cheapest internet services, including IT management services, supplies of IT equipment, networking, mobile app and software development, structured cabling, and web design. We also develop POS cash register system for small businesses like mini-mart, supermarket, restaurants, and bar, hotel management software for reservations, and online booking. SM Group Incorporated installs biometric systems that include hotel door locks and access control, database, CCTV security, and motion sensor system installation with 24/7 monitoring and cloud backup storage with mini solar backup power system. Coming soon is the SM Group SASE-Net, which will deploy hundreds of Wi-Fi hotspots across the city with high-speed, affordable broadband internet service for less than $100 Liberian. For more information, visit our website at www.smgroupincorporated.net or email us at info@smgroupincorporated.net or call cell numbers 0777-881-881. We are located at the intersection of Kerry and Center Streets in Monrovia. Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency is the name that counts when you talk quality and affordable insurance services. Located in central New Jersey, Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency provides homeowner insurance, commercial and business insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, and a lot more. We partner with over 20 top-rated companies to ensure we provide affordable pricing and quality services to our clients. Not only that, we also offer free financial planning consultation, and we are licensed in 20 states across the USA. At Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency, our staff are well trained to handle all your insurance needs. Visit our website on www.pmasinsurance.com or call us on phone number 609-571-3037. That's 609-571-3037. Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency, your low-cost insurance partner.
America, come fight me. Another banger, baby, calm down.
Pinter One of Delaware. Yes, it's Pinter One of Delaware, the name that counts when you talk quality painting works. For more than 2 decades, Pinter One has brought more life and vigor to thousands of residential and commercial complexes with our quality painting services. Give your homes, offices, bars, stores, hospitals, shops, etc. that look they deserve by choosing Pinter One of Delaware. For more information, call us on phone number 302-508-3034. Again, 302-508-3034. Or visit our website at pinter1.com/Delaware. Or better still, email us on ivan@pinter1.com or holly@pinter1.com. Schedule a free estimate and get 10% off by using the promo code Costa. Pinter One of Delaware. Renew your space, renew your life.
The Liberia Entrepreneur Educational Foundation, LEAFS for short, announces its opening this September for academic year 2022-2023 from nursery to grade 6. The school also offers technical, vocational, and skills training programs. LEAFS is an international school with United States and European curriculums. The school is in partnership with the American School and Teachers Without Borders, situated in Belgium. Our fees are affordable and our standards are international. We are located in Lee Hill Community, adjacent Building for Tomorrow, Upper Johnsonville, Monserrado County. You can contact us on the following numbers: 0880-381-249 or 0770-529-870, or visit our website at www.leaffoundation.org. Registration is now in progress and runs until September 12, 2022.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as $500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on UN Drive at Sailtown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint with the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, folks. Welcome to the program. Today it's Thursday, the first day of September 2022. The time in Monrovia is 10:31. The time in the United States, specifically on the East Coast of Delaware, is 6:31. We're glad to be here. It's the beginning of a brand new month, and the year is about to end. We've got only 4 months before 2022 is up. Good morning, Bwagai.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. It's good to be here with you this morning with a heavy downpour of rain. So September is
And all the
serious.
rain you have yet, LEC does not work reliably. They're still rationing power. They're still doing what is called load shedding. 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 That means to shed load. They will switch this area on for 5-6 hours, and then they will turn that area off and switch the other area on because they don't have enough power, or they're not generating enough power to keep all the areas on at the same time. Load shedding. They're still doing that. Are they not still doing that, Bwagai?
They are.
But then didn't they tell us the rains were going to help?
Yep.
Didn't
So
they say that?
yeah, they said that, but what's happening right now is that the way it used to be, like before, it will go for some time, 3 days.
My man, you're not supposed to live in a country like that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed, in this day and age, you're not supposed to have that kind of problem. You're not supposed to have that kind of problem. Electricity should not be rationed, or you shouldn't have to do load shedding. Electricity is not a luxury. Electricity is something that it's a necessity, not a luxury. The world has moved away from that, where having electricity is a luxury. I mean, what kind of story, what kind of country is this that never changes? I mean, a country of 5 million people, you don't have electricity. You don't have drinking water, pipe-on water. You don't have good internet. There is nothing good in the country, the entire country. Man, it's such a shame, man. Liberia is such a shame. And then the politicians beat their chests and they're proud of themselves. You a bunch of idiots, all of you. Those of you who have power and still the conditions of the people do not change. You light and water, you still talking about it today? In the 21st century, in the year 2022, you say 5 million human beings with under 2 million living in urban areas. And you don't got light, you don't got water, you don't got internet. And then you think you are you have no sense. Liberians are the stupidest human beings on the planet. When I said, hey, you're causing the people, but you stupid that you got light. The fact that in this day and age, 20 years after the end of the war, you got light, you got water, internet, fiber optic, the most sophisticated, most advanced technology in the internet business. Fiber optic cable, the ACE cable made landfall in 2010 in Liberia. Yet you don't have reliable high-speed internet in the country. Talking. All your officials are concerned about is to steal. That's why I often say corruption, one of the greatest effects of corruption in Liberia, some of you don't realize that. Not only does it take bread or hospitals or drugs out of clinics and hospitals where they're needed, not only does it take money from roads that ought to be constructed, but guess what? It distracts the people. It distracts the officials from focusing on what they ought to be focusing on. That to me is one of the most dangerous effects of corruption. It is a distraction. And I say this often in speeches I make when I go places, and I've said this tons of times on the show. And I'm going to, pardon me, say it again. What do I mean by corruption? Is a distraction. When they nominate Boubacar Camara as Minister of Finance, Boubacar wakes up in the morning and all his friends are on Facebook. They're shouting him out. Congratulations to you, Boubacar. They're not shouting him out on Facebook because they believe that Boubacar is going to go to the Ministry of Finance and make a real difference. Fix the system and minimize wastage and theft and all kinds of things. That's not why they're shouting him out. They're shouting him out because they know that Boubacar's life is about to change. And those of them who are close with him would stand, some of them at least, will stand to benefit in one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
It is not about what Boubacar is going to do for the country that makes them excited and happy for their friend. It is the fact that he's going to improve his own life and the lives of friends and family who are closest to him. There's another thing. So when Boubacar now, who's just been nominated Minister of Finance, all he's thinking about is how much money he can get for himself, how many houses he can build for himself, how many girlfriends he can get for himself, new girlfriends, because now he has access to the country's to the country's coffers. He controls the purse strings to the country's coffers. This is what I mean by corruption is distracting. Now, while Boubacar's mind is inundated and fixated upon how much money he can make for himself, how many deals he can cross, to line his pockets, fatten his bank accounts in the shortest possible time, Boubacar is not then able to focus on the quintessential and the fiduciary duties and responsibilities which come along with that position which he's been nominated to. He is not going to be focused on doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
All he is going to be focused on is how much he can get for himself. So that is why I say often, and I mean by corruption is a major distraction. It distracts you away from doing what you ought to be doing. And now you're focused on what you can do for yourself. So we put selves first, then country. And that's why the people actually have nothing for themselves, because the politicians only focus on themselves. And we have a typical classic example here today, which we are about to discuss. 2 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
the Liberian legislature, the 54th, they amended the Pension and Benefit Scheme Act. They amended it. That means they modify it. They change certain things to it. And we have it here, which we're about to discuss with you this morning. When I read it, a gentleman sent it to me yesterday. When I read it, my blood was boiling, as we Liberians say. My blood was boiling in me, when I read that document yesterday. These lawmakers, the associate justices of the Supreme Court, the president, the vice president, these individuals, not just lawmakers, all these top-level government officials that we pay so much money whilst they are in office, and during which time they do nothing but subjugate us to hardship, to poverty, to indignity. These Solomon swines have decided that they are going to set themselves up for the rest of their lives when they leave power.
Yeah, when they leave power, not only being in power now, but when they leave
While
power.
they are in power, they will get rich off our back, our sweat, at our detriment. When they leave power, they want to make sure they are still well provided for at our expense. We have the document here in black and white. You don't have to like me to agree with me. If you are a citizen and you believe that they should pay themselves these ridiculous sums, that is your business. You're taking your brain and you've resigned yourself to stupidity. It's okay for you, but it is not okay for us. Wakai, I have it here. We're going to discuss it. We're going to discuss a number of other things, but we'll have to discuss this. But let me say this to you. This is wickedness beyond imagination. These people are wicked. I'm going to go to what the benefits that they give themselves. First of all, the country will not be able to afford to pay these people all these ridiculous sums of money. Even if our government wants to do it, we're not going to be able to afford to pay them. because it's just too much money. Look, these guys make about, a representative makes about $12,000 a month. 12,000 US dollars a month. About $12,000 a month. That's what the senators and the representatives make a month. Imagine having to receive 50% of that money until you die. Okay? Imagine having to receive 50% of that amount. So you'll be receiving over $5,000 a month. Over 5,000 US dollars a month until you die. Okay? Yeah, that is what you're going to have to receive until you die. Over 5,000 US dollars a month. Every freaking month, we, the Liberian people, will be paying the likes of Akaro's grave until he dies. That opium smoking Akaro's grave, we're going to have to be paying him 5,000 US dollars a month until he dies. For the rest of his natural, miserable life, we're going to be paying him $5,000 a month. Akaro's grave. Yeah. Buffer Chambers, the speaker, we're going to have to pay Buffer Chambers 50% of what he makes. He currently makes about $30,000 or so after they reduce their salary. So we're going to be paying Buffer Chambers about 15,000 US dollars a month. On top of that, we will provide security protection and personal security detail will be provided to him. We're going to be providing Buffer Chambers 3 or 4 or 5 police officers who are well armed. And they're going to have a police vehicle because they're not going to be riding in his personal vehicle. So he's going to have a police vehicle assigned to him with police officers. Then we're going to have to pay for Buffer Chambers' office, his private office after he leaves the position as speaker. That's what the law says. And I'm going to go read the law for you, folks. I'm going to go read the law for you. But I'm just, just laying the premise. Imagine us paying Buffer Chambers 15,000 US dollars a month for the rest of his miserable life. If that Swan lives after he leaves office for another 25 years, so we're going to pay Buffer Chambers for 25 freaking years, 15,000 US dollars a month.
Can you imagine that?
Yes. Then Buffer Chambers is going to have police officers assigned to him with a police vehicle assigned to him for that same duration for the rest of his natural life. Not only that, we're going to pay for an office space for Buffer Chambers. And the law says their office space and their staff. So Buffer Chambers will have a staff. We're going to pay his staff. And what we allot for that is no more than 75% of the annuity. What does that mean? 75% of what they're currently what they're earning. So the money we pay their staff and his office space rental and all of those things should be 75%, not more than 75% of what we pay them in terms of salary. So we're going to be paying Buffer Chambers about 15,000 US dollars a month every freaking month. Multiply that by 12. Okay, tell me. Hey. Take a calculator out. $15,000 per month is what Buffer Chambers will be receiving. Then we'll assign police with him. We will also pay for his personal staff in his office.
180,000.
So we're going to be giving Buffer Chambers 180,000 US dollars for the rest of his life per year.
Every year with Buffer Chambers 180,000 until Buffer Chambers give it.
Okay, let's start with the president. I have the law right here on my phone. I have it here. We begin with the president of the republic. Listen to this. The president, a president of the Republic of Liberia who honorably retires to private life and is not in any way gainfully employed by government shall receive from the government a pension annuity equivalent to 50% of his or her highest gross salary per month, paid in equal monthly installments. 50% is what we pay the president. So if the president currently makes, let's say, $40,000 a month or $30,000 a month, that means we're going to be paying George Weah when he leaves power. After all of what he's doing to our country, we're going to be paying, half of that, 50% of that, for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life.
Chaba, he's setting whom Costa will pay him.
Yeah. Listen. In addition, listen to all the other benefits. In addition, he or she shall be entitled to a personal staff. Personal staff. And they don't list the number of staff members. So they just say he shall be entitled to a personal staff. So you're talking his cook, his cleaner, his
Security?
driver. No, he's going to be assigned. EPS officers will be assigned to him as well as police officers. That one he's entitled to as former president. But from a personal staff, that means the former president will have a secretary, will have a special assistant, will have the cook, the cleaners, and all those people paid for by the Liberian government. Are you listening? So he or she shall be entitled to a personal staff and facilities. Personal staff and facilities. What do you mean by facilities? That means we're going to pay for office space or the facilities?
Office space, yeah. Office space, Costa.
For the remainder of his or her natural life. And the amount allowed for this purpose shall not be more than 75% of his or her annuity. So they say we should give them up to 75% of the annuity of what they earn is what we should allot for that particular purpose, to pay their driver, to pay their cook, to pay their secretary, to pay their special assistant, to pay all of those people. So not only will we pay 50% of what they're earning now as their salary, as the pension benefit for the rest of the former president's life, we're also going to have to pay up to 75% of what the annuity is for their staff. Brother, for their staff.
And this is cut across not only CDC lawmakers,
opposition. No, this is going forward all the way. Listen, additionally, the former president, I'm saying he or she, shall be entitled to police or state security protection and other services around the clock.
Look at that.
Around the clock. For 24 hours a day. For the rest of their natural life. Bodyguards, police protection will be assigned to the former president. The annuity and other benefits and services shall be for the rest of his or her life. You see that? Rest of his or her life. Jesus Christ and Nazareth. Let's go to the vice president. No, we go to the president's wife. They say when the president dies, now in the case where the former president dies, the surviving spouse of the president or deceased former president that became eligible for pension under paragraph A of the section shall be entitled to receive an annuity equal to 50% of the pension annuity of the president. So let's say the former president dies. His wife that is alive will receive 50% of whatever he or she was receiving. So let's say the former president was receiving $15,000 a month, and the former president dies. His wife will receive $7,500 US for the rest of her whole life.
Every month.
What are you listening to? What did I say? Did I stutter? I did not stutter. So the former president wife too, she said, so Cloud, we are basically is also careful. I'm not just restricting it to her, but I'm just setting an example. She is going to be former first lady and wife of George Weah. I'm just giving you an example. It shall be, in addition, the surviving spouse of the deceased president or former president shall be entitled to a personal staff and facilities for the remainder of the natural life of said spouse. And the amount allowed for this purpose shall not be less than 25% of the pension annuity of the president. So yeah, so not only will the former first lady receive 50%, the former first lady will also receive staff, security protection.
And we will be responsible for our staff. We will be responsible for our staff.
Now, just in case the former president who dies, and then his wife, just in case she too dies, the law says the pension annuity provided for the surviving spouse, if applicable, shall be paid in equal portion to each of the children until they attain the age of 21. So if the president died and his wife died, any president for that matter, any former president, the former president dies, the former president's wife dies, we will still give that money to the children until they reach the age 21. We'll be paying them until they reach 21. Now they are benefit now, and the power president that they are benefit. The part-based cash report. He paid more than hospital all over the country, the people life. So we owe their family until they reach 21 years old. We'll be paying no Salaman Swan. That they are benefit. Hey, Labia. Hey, Labia. The vice president. We'll go to the vice president. A vice president of the Republic of Liberia who honorably retires to private life and who is not in any way gainfully employed by government shall receive from the government a pension annuity equal to 50% of his or her last highest gross salary per annum, paid in equal monthly installments. The former vice president will receive 50% of their pay. So if the vice president was receiving while in office $15,000 a month or $20,000 a month as salary, that means the former vice president will be receiving a total of $10,000 a month for the rest of his or her life. For the rest of his or her life, the former vice president will receive about $10,000 a month. That is the law. Let's go further. The law says further, additionally, he or she shall be entitled to a personal staff and facilities for the remainder of his or her natural life. So we're going to hire driver, cook, secretary, personal assistant, chief of staff, everything for the former vice president. And we will pay for it. We will pay for it. We will pay for that. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Now we go to the others. Members of the House of Legislature. Let's go to the Speaker of the House. Let's go to the Speaker of the House.
Of what chambers?
A Speaker of the House of Representatives who honorably retires to private life and who is not in any way gainfully employed shall receive 50%, shall receive from the government a pension annuity equal to 50% of his or her last highest gross salary earned as Speaker per annum, paid in equal monthly installments. Yeah, we'll pay the Speaker 50% of his salary for the rest of his life. In addition, he or she shall be entitled to the personal staff and facilities for the remainder of his or her life. And the amount allowed for this purpose shall not be more than 25% of his or her annuity. So basically, we're paying 25% of whatever we pay. So let's say Chima, we're making $180,000 a year in pension. So we're going to get 25% of that to pay for his cook, his driver, his cleaner, and all those other people for the rest of his life, his miserable life. Wow. That's what the law says. The surviving spouse of the deceased speaker, if the speaker dies, if the former speaker dies, the surviving spouse of the deceased speaker or former speaker that became eligible for pension under paragraph A of this session shall be entitled to receive an annuity equal to 50% of the pension annuity of the speaker. The same thing applies to the speaker's wife or the former speaker's wife, the dead former speaker's wife. She will receive that money until she too dies. If she too dies, we'll give it to Baba Chima children until they reach the age of 21. Hello, did you hear me? Did you hear me?
This law just got amended. People are confused. Say if Nesedo is receiving.
No, Nesedo, it doesn't apply to Nesedo. The law is not retroactive. The law is prospective. It goes. So even Joe Walker will not benefit from this law.
No.
The only person that will benefit from the law are Joel Howard Taylor, Joel Weir, and Akaras Gray. Yeah, Akaras Gray. The marijuana Akaras Gray will benefit from this law. And imagine us paying Akaras Gray $5,000 for the rest of his life every month.
He said how he spearheaded the House committee on blah blah blah.
Yeah, I saw a comment on my post, but let's ignore that idiot. Let's come back here. The deputy speaker. A deputy speaker or a former deputy speaker of the House of Representatives who honorably retires shall receive 50%. Yep. So we'll pay the deputy speaker 50% when he retires. Yep. Fanatic Kofa will receive 50% whatever he makes now, which is about $25,000 to 50%. That's about 12,000 plus every single month for the rest of his life. Then we'll pay for a personal staff as well as facilities. Yep. Jesus Christ. Now we'll go to the House of Representatives. Members of the House of Representatives. You know why? I hear somebody say, we'll change the law. I said, and I listen to you. How do we change laws in Liberia? How do we amend laws?
Through us.
They see people who the law was made by, who are supposed to benefit from the law. These are the same people. I hear some of you saying we'll change the law.
The law? Where?
Wait. Are you listening to yourselves? These people made the law, and you are saying that these same people will change the law?
It can't work.
Wait. Is something wrong with you all? The people who just made the law, you're saying when Joe Biden becomes president, or whoever becomes president after Joe Weah, they're going to go change the law? This law benefits the legislators.
It won't work. Costa.
The new ones that will be coming in and the old ones that will be taking re-election, and if they get re-elected, these are the same ones that the law will benefit. You are telling me this same legislature will change the law? Somebody asked why the law has been passed. The law was passed 2 days ago. Thomas, you didn't hear me say? This is the law. It's been passed. The law was amended. There was an existing Pension and Benefit Scheme Act. It was amended. They have amended the law. The law has been passed. What are you talking about? But when some of you say that they can change the law, no, you can't change it through a referendum. No, this is not a constitutional matter. No, this is not something that requires a referendum, Lydia. It is not a constitution. You only do a referendum to make changes or amendments to the Constitution, not subservient laws such as this. No. So think about it. How do you think you could change this law? How do you think you could change this law? How can you change such a law? How do you change this law? How? The lawmakers that are going to be benefiting? I tell you, you can't do it through referendum, man. Why do you keep arguing? Why do you keep mentioning that? Only the lawmakers can change the law. The point is the law benefits them. They made the law. Only they can change the law. And you think they're going to change it? Ask yourselves, do you think these guys who this law benefits are going to change this law? They're going to use all these benefits that they've given themselves? First of all, the country would not be able to afford to fund this pension scheme. We cannot afford to fund it. This is billions of dollars a year. We cannot afford.
You know why it takes that? Some of these lawmakers, when they leave power, they become broke. They be begging out on the street. Then such a law.
Yeah, they want to ensure that they are never broke and begging on the streets like they used to do before.
Until they die, they think they would say, "Oh no, we'll not pass." Or the other one that will be coming in 2023 will say,
we'll come and say, "Oh, okay, the law is bad. They give themselves too many benefits." You think so?
You think so? You lie.
You think the lawmakers will change it? Look, this law means that when you are a representative and you leave power, you will make $5,000 a month for the rest of your life.
Can you
don't
imagine?
need to get $5,000 a month in Liberia.
Everyone 5,000 lawmaker. You're not working. You're not doing anything.
No, you can even work, but don't work for the government. If you work for the government, they say the pension will be suspended. They will terminate the pension until you leave the government again. So let's say you were working, you were a lawmaker, and you left the government and you started working for another government office. They will terminate the pension until you leave that government job, and then the pension will kick in.
Yeah, but because who the lawmakers say won't go be working again when they get the 5K, they can open
a private. They will go take another government job so they can steal. People don't take government jobs so they can serve. They take government jobs so they can steal. So they will go take it. Then they will terminate the pension. When they leave that job, the pension will kick in again. The boys are set for life. They are set for life. They are set for life. So let's go to members of the House of Representatives. What they will get? A representative. Excluding the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker, a person who has been elected a representative has served as a representative for 2 consecutive terms, elective terms. You see, in this case, they say to qualify to eat some of their money for their pension, you must have served how many terms?
2 terms.
2 elective terms. That Akara's Gray is qualified.
Akara Gray, look at Zogo Gray and all.
Akara's Gray and all. Zogo Gray and all is qualified. So Akara's Gray has served 2 terms. Therefore, Akara's Gray will stand to benefit from receiving over $5,000 a month for the rest of his life.
Prince Johnson.
Prince Johnson will receive he will receive 50% of your money too for the rest of your life. So this is what the law says. So fellow Liberians, that is it.
Yeah.
These boys have done it. They have done it.
My question to you, Pastor, is that how you think Liberians can put stop to this particular law? What you think can be done to curtail this?
And it's not just the representatives. I forgot. Let's go to the members of the Supreme Court. Before you think say that, just for the representatives. Yeah. Even the senators will receive their pension for the rest of their life. Yeah. The Chief Justice will receive 50% for the rest of their life, and will receive staff too. Will get a staff. Associate Justices, 50% for the rest of their life. Can you imagine? And when they say facilities, they mean vehicle. When they say they will get them facilities, that means this former speaker will gain car and all. Yeah, facilities. They mean vehicle. Circuit court judges. Yeah, we'll pay the judges 50% too for the rest of their life. Circuit court judges and judges of specialized courts for the rest of their lives. For the rest of their lives, we'll pay them. All right, there you have it, my people. Let's go to the lines and hear our people out and hear what you have to say. That is the new law, my people, that your folks just passed. They amended the law. This law was in existence, but they amended it and they increased everything to benefit themselves. So the way they made the law, if you went to the Supreme Court to challenge this law and say, this law, we cannot afford to go by this law, do you think the Supreme Court that would benefit from this same law will overturn the law?
Nope.
The Supreme Court stands to benefit. The
executive stands to benefit.
The executive stands to benefit. The legislature stands to benefit. You think that they are going to change this law? The country will not be able to afford to pay. Why? How many representatives do we have? 100 and what? We have 73. So 5,000 times 73. That's $365,000 a month.
Look at that.
Let's say if 73 of the guys serve 2 terms, so they become qualified. 73 representatives who serve 2 terms, they are automatically qualified. So that's $365,000 a month times 12 months. That's $4.4 million. $4.4 million monthly a year just to pay them. To pay the 73 representatives who qualify, who serve 2 terms and are therefore eligible and entitled to this pension. So that's $4.4 million a year. Now, we go to the Senate. The 30 of them, well, excluding the pro tem House more. So 29 of them, you want to apply, they make up a what? $6,000 a month. That's what they're going to be getting, $6,000 a month. So that 174,000 times 12, that's $2 million. 2,088,000. So a year. So you're talking about this current batch, you're talking about when they leave power, after having served 9 years in the Senate, we're going to be spending over $2 million on the Senate alone. The current batch of them. Once they've left, once they've retired, that's $2 million a year. For the House of Representatives, this current batch, once they've left and they are eligible, if they've served 2 terms, 2 consecutive elective terms, they are automatically qualified. So we're going to be spending 4.4 million. Imagine after a certain number of election cycles, after 5 election cycles, you're going to be spending what? $25 million a year on paying these boys. The only thing you should probably pray for that they die. But even if they die, they say the benefit will pass on to their children, or to their wives or their spouses. And then if their spouses die, it's going to be passed on to their children until their children attain the age of 21.
So, Costa, I keep asking this question, and I really
Let's go to the lines after you make your point, brother.
Yeah, I want you to give an idea. How can we stop this particular nonsense from happening? How? What you think can be done by the Liberian people?
Well, you have to have a president who will say, I don't want it, I don't want this. And a president that will propose that they review the law. That the president will say that we cannot fund, the government cannot afford to pay for this. It's just too much money. And then again, will you have such a president to do that? That is the question. Let's go to the lines and take some calls then. Yeah. Let's go take calls. But this is the law. It's going to be very, very costly for the country for us to be able to fund this act, this law, this pension program, this pension.
0770-102-106-010-383 555.
Even our opposition friends, they supported this, so they too will benefit. Just so you know, don't expect to even hear the critical voices in the Senate or in the House against this law, because it will benefit them too. That's the point I'm making to you. It's benefiting all of the lawmakers, all of them. So don't expect to hear your most critical voices against this law, because they will benefit. You know what it means? You work for 2, you serve at 2 terms, you make all that money, and you leave, and you're still making $5,000-$6,000 a month for the rest of your life. They all support it. So let's take
the first person here. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, you're coming in broken, my brother. Change your position a bit. Your name, where you calling us from? Okay, your line isn't too good. Let me take somebody from this WhatsApp number. Yeah, you're coming in broken, my brother. Change your position a bit.
Good morning. What guy?
Yeah, you are live. Your name, where you joining us from?
Good morning. This is Pazawi. I'm calling from America.
Morning, Pazawi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Well, I listened to Costa going through the information on the pension something, but that is why the Constitution said the power is inherent in the people. We the people can change it. We the people can protest and protest and protest.
But you go protest.
It's the Constitution. You know, you can't do that. Government job is not a corporate. We are not running corporate. So that you say you take insurance and you die, the benefits you go to your wife and your children. This is not corporate work. This is people work.
Okay.
They are not forced to do it. And they are only doing it because they know they want to lose power and they want to, live on something. And that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Pazawi. Let's take another person here. Good morning. Your name, where joining us from? Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Nikan Pugh. I call from La Paz.
Welcome, Nikan.
Yes. Honestly, I think the Lord, I have a little doubt, right? How is the law have been passed by both houses and sent to the president? Because I think, first, let me express my disappointment with the law. It's counterproductive to the state of well-being of our people. You have a bunch of people who are already looting the state cover, and now they are proposing a law for the protections of themselves. So I think the counterproductive. But I just want to have the clarity whether the law has been passed by both houses.
Thank you so much.
Listen to me, Baka. Hold on right there. In the United States, they have something called the, let me go to their pension scheme. Under the CSRS and the FERRS, members of Congress are eligible for a pension at the age of 62 if they have completed at least 5 years of service. Members are eligible for a pension at age 50 if they have completed 20 years of service, or at any age after completing 25 years of service. The amount of the pension depends on length of service as measured in months and the average of the highest 3 years of salary. By law, the starting amount of a member's retirement annuity may not exceed 80% of his or her final salary. This is the United States government. Listen, a total of 299 members had retired with service under the FERS and were receiving an average pension of $41,208 in 2018. Are you listening? As of 2018, 299 members of Congress had retired, and these 299 of them were receiving only $41,000 a year. $41,000. So that is way less than what Akaros Gray will be receiving. 5 times, 6,000 times 12. Now how much that? Now over 60,000. So Akaros Gray will be making more in pension than a United States congressman who served many terms and is receiving $41,208. Let's take some more calls, Baga. Let's
take Martina Konate, Costa Princess. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Baga. Good morning, the leader. Good morning, our many listeners. Now, Martina Konate, Costa Princess, calling on the show this morning. Leader, I hope you will call Honorable Dallas Bela and Honorable Yeke Koruba to get their point of view on this whole issue. Because we just know few people that in our house are advocating for the Liberian people. The majority in our house, they pass bar law, some bar concession that expect this country greatly, take good money, go build their houses. We cannot damage the country, then we pay you over it. If to say the people over there are doing things in the interest of the country and the people, if they were over there passing Google laws, they could take that pension salary. We don't have problem with it. But they always found law that we benefit them in the country continue to go down. We can't pay them for damaging our country. And if they cannot change that law, they pass it, we will protest or continue protest so they will not be peaceful. If they say the government, the law can change, protest can change the law. Because when we go led out to that ministry, there was nobody going, nobody coming out, they will change it by force.
Thank you, Martina. That would take
the wife of the late Melvin Early, the EPS guy, who they said shot himself in the head 3 times, will be our guest on the show this morning. Just so you know.
Okay, let's take the religious advisor to the Costa Show. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother.
Welcome.
Our hero all the way there in the US. Good morning, Chief.
Morning.
Yes. For the public, I am the religious advisor to the Costa Show, and I called from Bannersville this morning. You know, hero, if I had absolute control, which I cannot do, I would have advised you that just didn't like people. You know why? Look, I don't think you have the majority that are ready. And you are the only talk show host that bringing this to the public. The 97 plus radio stations, they are all praising George Weah. This thing came about from Akaro Graden. They brought about it because Akaro has noticed that he may not be re-elected, so he want to benefit from us again. And now let me say this. There's a good part about it. Those are from the opposition, like Bravo Brown, who is in CDC jacket. Let me say this. They will sign it because it is in their interest. I listen to my sister Martina say we should ask the law and Yeke Koluba. I listen to Honorable Koluba again. Yeke is getting frustrated. And he said, pretty soon, he's going to give a decision about the collaboration or the CPP. He's not happy that he has been victimized always. Even you, Costa, man. Your station was closed down. There are many things. The two of you, Yeke Koluba and you're suffering in this regime. And then you are still on the radio defending this country. Let me say this to you. If they cannot protest, if they cannot come out, leave it with them.
Okay.
Thank you, my dear brother.
Thank you.
Let me just say this. The Senate has voted, they passed it. It's gone to the House. The House has not voted yet, just so you know. But the House will vote. Trust me, they will pass it.
Good morning.
But I thought I should put that information out there. The House has not voted yet, but it's going to go to the House. It's been passed in the Senate, it's going to the House. And guess what? The House will pass it with ease. Absolute ease. The Senate has already passed it. So take some more calls.
Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Guaca, and good morning, Costa. My name is Mark Arthur Charles Martin, and I am calling this morning because this is a very, very serious issue. If these lawmakers were men and women of dignity, you know, people who have served our country delicately without corruption, then we can consider paying them. This is not a pension, right? This is a getaway free car for the jail they are about to go in. Corrupt men and women sit in our house and they want to be earning $5,000 per year or per month.
Per month for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, per month. That is evil, as they are already evil. This is a very, very bad thing for taxpayers in a country who they are stealing from to be paying them after they have left power. If they are willing to go into audit, right? Where we'll audit them, and after the audit, if you are clear of corruption, then we can go ahead and pay you. But how many of them will be clear of corruption? There's a complete evil act.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mark Arthur. Let's take somebody from the diaspora. We have to take a few calls from the diaspora. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Guaca. How you doing this morning, brother?
I'm okay. Your name is joining us from?
Hey, my name is Dwalu. I'm calling from Boston, Massachusetts. I want to say this. This law, what these guys are doing, is actually contravening the Constitution. Now, Costa did mention that the Supreme Court has to rule, and I agree with him. If somebody sues on this law, they will have to rule. But this law is akin to economic sabotage. This law starts the entire economy. In fact, this is not a law. This is a crime. Because in the Constitution, there's a fair doctrine act enshrined in the Constitution. You cannot expect civil servants to work for 25 years before they get paid. And you have literally criminal in the legislature working for 12 years, and they're getting money for life. This is unfair. This is unacceptable. And this is going to destroy our country. There is no freaking way we can afford this. Under no circumstance. What are you doing to the rest of the republic? And Liberian people, you're sitting out there putting your hands between your legs, and you're allowing these people to destroy every single future for your children. This is dangerous. This is not a law. This is a crime.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's take
You're right, Walu. This is a crime. This is a crime that has been legislated. It's a crime that has been legislated, and that it's happening right before our eyes. And there's nothing we are doing about it. The House of Representatives has not voted, but they are going to vote. Oh, trust me. It's going to pass. Did you hear anything about it from the Senate, Waka? Did you hear any noise about it? I didn't know about it until a gentleman brought it to my attention yesterday. He sent me the document. He sent it to me. A gentleman, a patriotic Liberian citizen sent this document to me yesterday. He said, Pedro, the Senate just voted, they finished passing the thing. I said, why? He said, the pension thing. He sent it to me yesterday. The House is expected to vote on it very smoothly. It will pass. The country cannot afford to pay this kind of money. You're talking over $10 million a year just to pay these people for the rest of their lives. Imagine buffer chambers. But it means that we're going to be paying buffer chambers $15,000 a month. Every month, we're going to pay his cook, his driver, his cleaner. Then they say we should pay for facilities for him. Facilities, you know what I mean by that? Facility could mean vehicle. Facility could mean an office space.
House.
And they say we should provide police protection. Can you imagine? Let's take some more calls there, boy. Oh my God, this country is a terrible country. You have congressmen who served 15, 20 years.
Good morning, Paga. This is Gary Duby. I'm calling from Worcester, Mass.
Welcome.
Yeah, with the law, since I was born, this is one of the most stupid and foolish laws I ever see. I encouraging our people next year, 2023, all those that signed a law, and vote them up. Thank you. I was so much for the show.
Yeah, right. Like you're talking like how Liberian people don't care. They're gonna go vote for the people they like. They don't care whether they made a law that will make them poor. You think you didn't care? You all right. The law passed in the Senate very smoothly. Smoothly. There was no noise in the Senate. All of them.
They were mute on this Costa. No.
Wait, you ever heard anything about it? This is not a brand new law, right? I'm gonna be honest. This law was it's not a brand new law. The Pension and Benefit Scheme Act was already in existence, but they amended it. They amended it primarily focusing on the amounts of money they give themselves. That's what they did. The benefits. The section of the law that had to do with the benefits, that's where they focus on, and that's where they increase the benefits. That's what they did in the law. But let me tell you something. If I were the next president of Liberia and the law is passed and you expect me to pay these people, I would just call a press conference and tell the country that the country cannot afford to pay these people. So therefore, let them take us to court. Let them go sue my government for this thing, because and when you go sue the government, then we'll go to the court together. The president all go to the court. But to do that, you need a president who is bold and radical. I'm sorry. Well, guys, you will be basically telling all the people that you can pay the benefits. So you gotta be a radical. You have to be a radical.
Because the president.
I will tell the country, look, I came here, I met this law. The economy is bad. The country is broke. We cannot afford to pay former lawmakers millions of dollars a year. We can't. That's why I will say, you carry me to court. Carry me to court. That's what the next president should do. The next president should refuse to honor this law. I will not enforce this law. Let me tell you something. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf decided that the Constitution requires that we should elect mayors. Listen to what I'm about to say. Dwalu, my friend, you are a sharp analytical mind. Listen to this, Dwalu. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf decided that we cannot afford to pay to have election for judges. We cannot afford. It's too expensive to have election for mayors. And the Constitution states very clearly that city mayors should be elected. But Ellen said it was too expensive. You know what Ellen did? Ellen they went to the Supreme Court and had the Supreme Court interpret the law to say that the president could appoint city mayors. Waka, are you listening? Because of financial expediency, because the president said she not get money to have election for city mayor, the Supreme Court changed the law, interpreted the law in the Constitution, which is clear, kolo kolo. The Constitution says mayors should be elected. Ellen made the Supreme Court to say the president can appoint mayor. The Supreme Court came out with some kind of babati interpretation of the law. That's the reason why today we are still appointing city mayors because of what Ellen did. You understand? So the point I'm trying to make to you is that out of expediency, because the country could not afford to elect city mayors, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf got the Supreme Court to allow her to appoint. So the next president can say, because we're not getting money, so I'm sorry, we're not able to afford to fund this pension plan. We can't pay for it. We're not getting money. Anything you want to do to me, do it to me. I'm the president. I tell you, say the country not get money. We can't afford to pay a car grade and $6,000 every month for the rest of his opium smoking life. We're not getting money. So anything you want to do to me, do it to me. But to do that, that president needs to be a radical president. You gotta have balls. If you see president, you will not be able to do it. I'm sorry. You all know what I'm talking about. Because those boys will fight you. They will fight you. Some of them will still be in the legislature when you come to power. They will fight you. They will say, oh, our pension, you want us on it? They will fight you. Even the Supreme Court will fight you too, because guess what? The Supreme Court too, they are covered under the law. But let's take some more calls.
Yeah, good morning, Boaka. This is Mohammed calling from Philadelphia. Yes, I listened to Mr. Costa. Thank you plenty for this, for exposing this law. But I think one way we can fight this law is that we need copy of the law so we can present it to the U.S. Congress. So most of them can see it and compare the kind of crime that are committing against the Liberian people. So they can target some of these lawmakers for sanction, they and their family. You see?
You go to American. You lead the American people, man, that they don't want responsible for your country. Yeah, man. Everything will go to the Americans. Go to the Americans. Go fight for yourself. What the American ambassador told you the last time.
Good morning to Leader Henry Pedro Costa. This is Dominic J. Musa, and I called from New Georgia this morning. Now, I'm so angry this morning, but then one question is that why is Leader Henry Costa signaling out Askawa Gray, Buffer Chimo, the rest of the people when they have Dillon there, they have Nyombli, they have Yeke, the rest of the other people. Why he can't call them out? Why is he not calling what's the name say Dillon? Why is he not calling Dillon out? He should signal Dillon out because it was in Dillon is in the House of Senate. You understand? So Dillon should have come out to the public to make us to know that there's a law the people are passing on the core of darkness. But instead, he kept quiet in the place that he didn't tell nobody anything. Now that it has already been passed, the Costa is signaling out Crawford Chimbo and Askawa because they are in the ruling establishment. It's wrong.
You are getting all this wrong. You listen to us.
It's wrong. Let him signal out. Let him signal out Dillon. Let you call Dillon. Dominic, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I said it here. This isn't just limited to CDC lawmakers.
No, the thing is that Dillon is a lie. You understand? Dillon is a lie. We voted Dillon. The amount of work we put in for Dillon to be senator, Dillon should not betray all of this.
Okay, Dominic, thank you. Let's take another person from line.
my own junior boy Dominic Bell with me.
Let's take this.
Dominic, I understand where you're coming from, my dear brother.
Good morning to Harry. This is Samuel calling from Minnesota. So now, Brother Costa, thank you very much for all the information. So, Liberian people, I just want you people to know that every morning when Henry Costa sit over there and be talking, he's not just saying, you're doing better for our country. But some of you don't know, this is bad. Our country cannot run like that.
Oh, Vamia, we're sorry we lost you. Take some more calls there.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bakai.
Yep, your name is calling from?
Good morning, Bakai.
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you very much. This is the voice of Usman Mbeleke, and I'll call you from Magashi.
Welcome.
I listened to Costa. I think they have said it all this morning. But like Peter Color said, this whole thing is left with the masses to start, not for the law. The law has already been passed. But it can only be repealed when the masses come out. But are we willing to do that? I don't think so. That is not true. It's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying? Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, we are listening to you, Usman. We are listening to you.
Let's take this other person here.
The next president should not honor the law. That's all. You carry me the code. Ellie said she can't have election for mayor because the country don't get money. I was saying the same thing.
Where are you calling from?
I was saying the same thing. The country don't get money to pay the pension. Pay for the pension.
This platform. My name is Aman Costa, really. And I'm constrained to call and register my position.
Amma, this law is not about CDC or opposition, my man. All of us suffer ill.
Yeah, I'm aware. And that's the reason why I'm constraining myself to call and register I'm at a place that prohibits telephone conversation. But because this law is very against us as Liberians, I'm constrained to call and register my position is. I am disappointed in all of the lawmakers that have summoned the courage to ensure that they pass this law. More especially my own representative of electoral district number 15. And for him, I am not surprised because his appetite for money, is more than every other person that I have come in contact with. So for him, I believe when he reaches at the lower house, it will be square fast because his appetite for money is too huge. I'm equally disappointed in Senator Dino, particularly because he informed us that he will help all of those parties. Those things are not in the interest of the Liberian people. But unfortunately, we did not hear Senator Dino on this matter. We just hearing that the Senate has passed it.
You never voted for Senator Dino, Senator Dino.
Yeah, and that is the truth. I did not vote for him because I know that his argument was a foundation on deception. So we are seeing a reality now.
Okay.
So you make us on.
All right, I'm gonna thank you. We have to take other people on this line. Let's take this one.
The people are pissed. The people are too angry about this.
Good morning, Costa.
Morning, morning.
Yeah, Costa, the main line. You see, I told you one time in my life, you Costa, and Baka, and Gomo, we are one of few in this country that love Labrador heart. There's a bunch of criminal senators, criminal representatives. They only thinking their own interest. They are not thinking country interest. They kind of struggle Labrador going out today in motor in Labrador. But Tingalo, tantamount to death. People doesn't afford their school fee, their children's school fee. They doesn't afford their meal to eat. They doesn't afford it. Then the passing of stupid law that will to scare our resources on India.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get Senator Darius Dillon on the, a lot of people keep saying we should call him. Let me see if I can get him.
Send him a message, ask whether he's able to talk for it. Today is Thursday. They might be in session.
Oh, okay.
So don't call him now.
All right.
Yeah.
So
but after the show, we can ask him when we can speak to him about this. Today is Thursday. They must be in session or getting ready for session. So I don't advise you call him now. Please don't.
Good morning.
Let's hear from the Liberian people.
Good morning, boss. Back on the lab because I about.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like I already said, the masses can decide this, but for the moment, it's not going to happen because I can vividly remember when Costa used to call for protest when we were in the street. Majority of the masses said that we are troublemakers, we are rebel, So some of us decided to say that, no, I can tell you a Costa can attest to it. Okay? Every protest that were organizing this country, I was part and parcel of it. We were fighting for the people, but we decided that what our majority of the Liberians believe in, they only like wicked people. That one has result them say our hotel, but Liberians. We don't like good people. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
So if you try to sacrifice,
all right, Usman, let's take all our callers. You begin previously, we can just keep you on. Let's take this one. Good morning. Good morning. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, Boga, how you doing? This is Sinan John calling from Mount Barclay.
Welcome.
How you doing, Costa? This is Seaman.
Hey, my brother. Morning.
Yeah, go to the issue straight there. You see, this guy, this lawmaker is also part of part bill, at least to help the civil servant increase the salary and get good benefit. Then they make a whole lot of money in that place. Then when you retire, they should get a bulk of money for you. For what? People are suffering in the country.
Exactly.
They got to try to do something good for the people, man.
All right.
Exactly.
They're not doing good for us. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Let's go back to the.
Thank you, my brother.
Person.
The money tomorrow. We will pay $160,000 US on the day he died.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Iowa right now.
Go ahead.
So these guys don't have money to pay their own staff in their own government. Why they think the next government gonna have this money for to be able to pay them? I don't know if our GDP gone up or what type of idea they're using right now to come up with all these stupid laws. You don't have money, or maybe our donors will be giving this money again to be paying them because we don't. Yeah, I don't get how they expect to the next government to have this money. They give it to their own workers and they want other people to come pay them.
All right, thank you. Let's take somebody from
the truth of the matter is, after 3-4 election cycles, the money will be too much. The country will not be able to afford to pay. It's just going to be too much. We're talking about $15-20 million a year just on pension. Money that we can use to improve JFK, to modernize JFK, to send Liberian medical doctors abroad to specialize in oncology, epidemiology, neurology, all the different fields in medicine. We could do all of those things. You understand? But we want to be paying people what, 70-20. So basically, we'll be paying Akara's $72,000 a year for the rest of his life. So let's say Akara will live for another. I don't know how old he is. Stephen Johnson, how old is Akara's grave? Let's say Akara will leave the House of Representatives when he's what? Because he's gonna be out next year. Next year, Akara will be out. How old is Akara's grave? Somebody tell me his age. What do you think his age is? Let's say Akara lives for another 30 years. I want him to live long so you can see Liberia do well. Let's say Akara lives for another 30 years. No, let's say 35 years. Akara will get me 41 years, man, Jeremiah. That bugger older than me. That's my swan old. So let's say Akara lives for another 35 years after he leaves power. So $72,000 US per month. So that means we will pay Akara $2.5 million for another for 35 years. That will be 2.5 million. So within 35 years, we will pay Akara $2.5 million if he lives another 35 years. But so somebody said, I think it sounds like Akara old. Akara should be like 47 years old. So let's say Akara leaves power, he lives for another 35 years or another 40 years. That's the kind of money we're going to pay Akara. 2.5, close to $3 million. Just let you put it like that. So you see that? Can the country afford? So all Akara's got to do is just sit there and be smoking a weed, and we're paying $72,000 a year. Yeah, my man. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. Okay. Let's take some calls there. Let's take some more calls.
Good morning.
Martina was good morning. Come on. Tell Martina.
My name is Abraham Politico Mojisetu, and I call from the headquarters of the Virgins Bureau on the most of the Bagwagube Ave this morning.
Welcome.
Let me appreciate you and Henry Pedro Costa for discussing a unique topic. I think it's saddening for our country to see our lawmaker deliberate temptation for us to pass this kind of law. You know, I strongly believe the law will be passed, but even though I'm not in favor of the law, because only law left the Senate come to the lower house, I think the law will be passed. But I'm appealing to the president when the law be go back to the president. Let the president veto the law is not in the interest of us. The frustrating part here is we as Liberians, I think we need to be serious too. Now, the coming election, people will be talking people from one country to another to buy and to give them money to go vote. Your vote is your right. Let us deny all of the lawmakers who signed pass the law into bill to see if we can deny all of them. Is not in the interest of. Can you imagine? You be paying people who are working, who are retired from government, be paying, and you be paying those who work in government to pay total Article 60 of the Constitution about talk about taxpayer money which you pay government workers. That taxpayer money you use that money to develop our country. Then you paying people who are making fabulous after they retire. I think it's totally unacceptable. It's sad for our country. The electorate need to shine an eye to see how we can rethink through the ballot box democratically come 2023 election. Thank you for giving the opportunity.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. Let me say this. We have Madam Ruth Early, the wife of the late Melvin Early. We will take her very shortly. But let me say this before we take her. This is my advice to President Weah. When their law comes to you, veto it. Veto it. Do not approve this law. Veto it and score political points. Because essentially it will be. It will make them look so bad. George, when this law comes before you, you know you don't need the money, right? You know when you leave the presidency, you will be set. And you know that? And then Emma will be set.
You'll be set, man. I get time for that money, sir.
Joey, listen to me, and I will send my man message. When the law comes before you, veto A. You don't need the money. You will be set. You already set. Joey already set. My brother, does Joey need the money? He does not need this money. He does not need the money. So, John Madden, when the law comes before you, veto it, my man. You don't need the money, You don't need the money. That's my advice to George Weah on this law. Veto the law. Score political points. That's what you should do. We're now going to go and take our dear sister, Ruth Early, the wife of the late EPS officer Melvin Early, who met his untimely demise in somewhat shady, questionable circumstances. Under shady, questionable circumstances. Melvin Early, I'm told, was a trained EPS officer. Now they just come now, but he had been in the system for a long time. And Melvin Early had gone with the president. He was assigned in the president's detail. I'm told Melvin was a member of the Diamond Unit. Baga, you know what a Diamond Unit is?
No.
The Diamond is the officers that are within the closest proximity of the president. You know, they have layers of EPS officers. The people, the ones that are the general, part of the general detail, and the ones within closest proximity. They call that the president's diamond. The diamond, the people within the diamond, within the closest proximity. That is where Melvin Early was. Melvin Early, according to what we are told, was a weapons specialist. He knew gun business. He knew how to handle gun. He was well trained. And I say rebel man who know gun, a well-trained professional officer who knew weapons very well and knew what to do with it and what not to do with it. He was very trained. That is why they put him in the president's diamond. The people who are placed in the diamond of the president's security detail are the best and professional people. Here is his wife. She has never spoken publicly since Melvin Early died, as far as I'm concerned. Today, she is speaking with us from an undisclosed location outside of the country for the safety of her life and their children's lives. Ruth Early, good morning and welcome. And before you say anything, we just want to say how deeply, deeply sorry we all are for the loss of your dear husband. What a tragedy. I spoke to her on a number of occasions. Martina Konate set up this interview. Ruth, we are glad to have you this morning. Welcome. I know it's going to be a very emotional time for you here, talking about your husband. I'm told you both had just gotten married. Welcome, Ruth. Don't say where you are. Please do not disclose where you are. We're glad to have you.
Yeah. I'm the wife of the EPS officer, Melvin Bush Early.
Can you adjust the thing a little so we can hear you louder? You are not loud enough. We want to be able to hear you loud enough. Talk. Let's see.
I'm the wife of the late EPS officer, Melvin Bush Early, that was still on the country tour.
The audio is very, very bad. Yeah, it's very, very bad. But I can struggle to hear you. Let me ask our people whether they can hear you. I'm sorry. I don't know what kind of device you're using, but it's very, very bad. Yeah. Try again. Try talking again, Ruth. And we're sorry about this, but we want to make sure people can hear you.
Yes, I'm the wife of the late EPS officer, Melvin Bush Early, that was still on the country tour. St. George Manor, we are coming.
Okay. All right. So our people can hear you, but of course it's not the best, but we can hear you. Now, Ruth, let's talk a little bit about Melvin. And we're told that you and Melvin got married not so long ago before his untimely death. But let's talk a little bit about Melvin before we go into how he died based on what you heard and what you know. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yes, Melvin was a peaceful guy who served Eddie Johnson Eddie government for 12 years. In October 2021, I got married to Melvin Bush Early. After 5 months of my wedding, Melvin was killed on the country tour.
After 5 months. Now, are you using your cell phone? Could you lift the phone and speak? Let's see whether it makes a difference. Is that a cell phone you are using?
Yes, I'm using it.
Now, you see, because you lifted the phone, you're sounding a little louder, but then adjust it now so we can see your face, please. Yes, speak now, please.
Yes, so Melvin, I got married to Melvin.
You're perfect because you were blocking the speaker. The voice are not going good, but you're okay now. Speak now.
I got married to Melvin October 10, 2021. Melvin died on February 19, 2022. 5 months in marriage when my husband was killed.
5 months after you were married and he was killed.
Yes, 5 months, 2 weeks. 5 months,
2 weeks. Now, Ruth,
yes,
we've heard a lot of things, especially right after Melvin died. We heard this recording of a phone conversation between you and Melvin. First of all, we heard the recording was authentic. It was a real recording. Is it true that recording we heard? Was it really you and Melvin talking?
Yes, it was Melvin and I talking. Even Melvin, 4 years old son, can still explain how his father was killed.
So explain to us in that record, Melvin, Ruth, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be asking you strategic pointed questions because we want to get the best response out of you to educate us. You know more than we do. So Ruth, explain to us, and folks, let me say this to you before we go any further. Ruth and the children have been struggling. It has not been easy with Ruth and the children. While Ruth is on this morning, Ruth mustered the courage to come up to speak to us today. Before Ruth leaves here, I want us to please put small things together to give to Ruth and the children. So please begin to prepare. We're going to give you a Cash App number so that you can send your late 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever amount you can send there. Ruth and the children have been suffering. The government has refused to pay Melvin Early's benefits. Even death certificate. She's been trying to get it, they will not give it to her. She told me all of these things. They refused to give the death certificate of Melvin Early. The man long time EPS man, he died. They said they're not giving his death certificate. And the Cash App right here, I just put here at the bottom of the page. Please, I beg you, send small thing so that we can give it to our sister Ruth this morning before she leaves here. Here's the Cash App right there. She and the children have been catching hell. His benefits, they refuse to pay. His death certificate, they refuse to give it to her. She had to leave the country with the children. This level of wickedness. But Ruth, I will come back to you. So there's the Cash App, folks. Send your little thing there. Send your little contribution. Let's help Ruth and the children this morning. They're not in Liberia. They're in a foreign country, which will not tell you where they are for their own safety. But she had to leave the country because, and she will tell us why she left the country. But she will not tell us where she is. We don't want to know that. You don't want to know that. Ruth, let me come back to you. I'm sorry I had to interrupt you to say that because I want to make sure before you leave here, we can do something to help you and the children because I know how tough it has been for you all. But Ruth, let's talk about that recording. So Melvin called you on the phone from Nimba, where he was with the president on the county tour. Please tell us how that conversation went. And tell us. I will not talk now. You will talk.
It was on February 19th when my husband called me about 5:15. He said, "Oh, Rufina, the nurse was getting my son ready to go to school. Was getting my son ready to go to school. He called me. He said, hello. I said, yeah, hello. He said, Rufina, I'm under attack. I said, what happened? He said, Rufina, I'm under attack. I said, but Melvin, you think that my chest are hurting me? He said, no, Mama, I'm under attack. The government is getting ready to kill me. Melvin, what happened? He said, man, the people getting set to kill me. I said, He said, in the two of our eye, you will not see me no more. Within 10 minutes, you will not get me again. I said, Melvin, what are you saying? So I had a boss, the security to the place there, tell me, say, Rufina, you have to put this on recording because the Melvin have not said this to you before. And I have put the phone on recording and I listened to his conversation. While we were on the phone talking, I didn't get my husband again. So I tried calling my husband back. I couldn't get him. So even a person who works somewhere, anything happened to them, you go to the hospital, the people will call you, they comfort you before they tell you, say that you lost your husband. But the service called me, Pina Bono, because I had her number. I had her number saved in my phone. Pina Bono called me, hello, Rufina. I said, yes, hello. She said, my kissy sister, hello. I said, yeah, hello. She said, you and your husband talk? I said, yes. She said, maybe Eddie just killed herself. I said, Mama, stop like all that joke. I said, maybe myself just come for talking.
Now, Pinabono call you to tell you that Melvin K is there?
Yes. So when I talked about how she gave the phone to another black lady who I used to cook and carry food to them on Sunday with my husband on duty. That how she talked, oh, my kissy sister, your husband just killed himself. I said, another time for you to give me the news. You're supposed to ask me where I am, my position, before you tell me that my husband died. I said, Mama, my husband didn't kill himself. My husband and I just come for talking. I said, you stop that joke. That's how I called my husband. My husband phone ring up to today. I didn't get my husband. That's how.
Ruth, let me ask you a question. From the time Melvin called you to say, man, they come and kill me. How long before Pinabono called you to say, oh man, your husband just kill yourself? How long? Between how long? He told you they come and kill him. How long it took before Pinabono called you?
Let's say like 5-6 minutes. The moment my husband hung up the phone with me, it didn't take no time. I saw my phone started ringing. That happened at Bono. I got her number saved in my phone. That happened at Bono said, oh, your husband killed himself.
Your husband told you 5 minutes later, then Finabono called and said your husband killed himself?
Yes.
But why would Finabono call you? Did you know Finabono before?
Finabono, when I was getting married, Finabono gave my husband $2,000
for the wedding.
Yes. And when I finished getting married, I went to Finabono to Jamaica. Finabono gave me, yes, Finabono gave me $700 US.
After the wedding?
Yes.
So Melvin Early was close to, your husband was close to Finabono, right?
She said you were my husband play man. That's what she said.
So when I went to the play man for your husband.
When I went to Jamaica,
US, and she gave $700 after the wedding, of course. She
yes.
was close. But
when I went to Jamaica, Finabono was playing Lulu. She was playing Lulu.
Mm-hmm.
And Finabono said, Madam Eddie, my daughter-in-law, if I win this game, I will make you happy. And God could have it, she won the game.
So I should get the 700.
Yes, all those things they were doing. My husband was a serving officer for Eddie Justice City. My husband always assigned with arms. But since George Manuel we have take power, I started to observe my husband. Melvin, I can only see Melvin. I saw Melvin was gone 2 times. During the COVID-19, Melvin had gone. During the June 7 protest, Melvin had gone. So I started booking. I said, All the time, Eddie Joseph, anytime you get one, when you are happy with your government, you not get one. He said, man, the people jealousy me, they feed are passing information to the opposition. Melvin, leave the West. No, I will choose to serve my country. I said, okay. Before my husband,
Melvin Early was a long-time man, well-known popular guy. Melvin, when I know stranger, everybody knew Melvin Early. He was a Monrovia boy, right? You wanna know, you know?
Yeah.
So Melvin used to have gun, but when CDC came to power, they told the gun from Melvin Early. Can you imagine? So only two times since Joey came to power, only 2 times you saw your husband with gun.
Yes.
So what kind of gun? So what kind of gun he can say wait now? If he only had gun 2 times, you saw him with gun only 2 times.
What they used to do when I asked my husband said when he go to work, he got going to be assigned to the working place. Oh. But when he leaves work, he signed in. But everyone gets gun, but every other not get gun. A well-trained security officer don't have gun. I said, Melvin is not okay. Melvin, I told him, as I started telling him, how can you get all those certificates? All those certificates?
The man was a dream man.
One certificate from America, who he went with Eddie for training. There's one. There's another certificate.
Yeah, that with the American eagle and American flag on it.
Yeah. I still got a lot of certificates from Melvin Early.
But listen now, Ruth, let's come back to you. No argument about whether Melvin was trained or not. We all know Melvin was very well trained. Ruth.
Yeah.
When Finabono called you to say your husband had just killed himself 5 minutes later, what did you ask her? I mean, I guess you must have been shocked. It was difficult to hear. I don't know. But what did you say to her? Other than the fact that my husband just called me. What else did you say to her?
They asked, Finabono asked me, did you talk with your husband? I said, yeah. He said, your husband came. He said, my response was to her, I said, Mama Finabono. I said, Mama, you joking? I said, I just talked with Melvin. How will you say Melvin killed himself? I said, no, Mama, I just talked to Melvin. Melvin said he honor attack. But you know, if I was coming to be somebody who at that time, generally it was late, I was coming to run to radio station and announce before the service can announce that I was talking with my husband. But I looked into it, I said, no, let me not go be fast to do it before it be different. Let me wait. That's the time people started calling me. Oh, Madam Early, the people kill your husband. Your husband. A lot of people told me my husband was killed.
Now, that's the part I was about to ask you. Your husband had already told you 5 minutes earlier that they wanted to kill him. 5 minutes later, they're going to call you and say your husband had killed himself. But what is the story you heard? What did you hear? Tell us the truth.
The story that I heard that made me to say that it was the government that killed my husband. The call that he made to me. He said, Rufina, I'm under attack. They are getting ready to kill me. You listen to my recording, said, I can even send it to you now. They are getting ready to kill me. The government, bad things can happen in our service here. The government is getting ready to kill me. So that I think, Melvin, what you do? He said, they're putting my gun together, they're getting ready to kill me. So I was like frustrated, confused. Confused. Finabono didn't even ask where you are, Madam Early. Can I talk to somebody to comfort you before I gave you the news? Nothing. You just call your husband. He said, my husband was a chicken. But God is the judge.
But let me ask you, Ruth. When he died, after they say he killed himself, which we know is not true. Finabono, who says you are your play or your husband play man, how has she been to you? I'm told she tried calling you to try to stop you from going on radio and all kinds of things. Tell us about that.
Yes. When my husband died, I told the people that my husband was on duty. So I will wait for the service people to tell me about my husband. Or for Finabono to send Chokon Robert, Chokon, the EPS director. Yes. So they came to us, and after they hunting me from place to place, the Liberians can testify from place to place. But when I'm moving, I have people who always need to be with me. Other family provide people to always be with me. So when Chokon came, I asked Chokon, I said, Chokon, my husband served the country for 15 years. My husband was killed. After 2 weeks, that today the EPS officer, that today you coming as a boss to come. I said, okay. Okay, Chokon. So how they said, we'll get back to you. When they went, they called me. They said, Madam Early? I said, yes. They said, oh, your husband family went on air. They said your husband did not commit suicide. They said your husband was killed. But it's only you the world is listening to. Anything you say is what the world will listen to. We want you to say your husband commit suicide. We will give you the amount of $10,000 US.
Wait. Hold on. The government wanted you to go on radio.
Yes.
To say they think your husband family say that lie.
Yes.
The truth is that your husband really killed himself.
Yes.
So they will pay you 10,000 US. Who told you that one? Who told you to tell that one?
It's Finabono.
Hey.
So my husband's phone was in their hand. They were using my husband's phone to communicate with me.
Wait, hold on. So they never gave you your husband's phone?
My husband's phone, they gave it to me at last when I found grandma for it. And when they gave it to me, they deleted every information from my husband's telephone. Jesus. My husband's phone keeps to me brand new. That to say I just bought it.
What they call it, factory restore factory setting.
Yes.
Everything that is so your husband phone you empty. So Finabono call you and say, go on radio and say that your husband committed suicide so that we can get you 10,000 US.
Yes. So my response was to Finabono. I said, Finabono, I'm a heavy city operator. For me, I didn't go to school and I know book. But I drive yellow machine. I drive truck and machine. I said, Finabono, if I stay down to do a work, I can earn that money. But if I go today and say my husband commits suicide, who's suppose he call me, what will become of my children tomorrow? My children will say, Mommy, you are not a good mother if they get to know the story. So I said, no. I said, you can have that money. That's how the whole place, they started hunting me. They said they got it recorded. They started hunting me. So when I went to Chicago funeral home to see my husband's body.
Wait, hold on. Who carried the body? When they were carrying your husband's body to the funeral home, did they tell you?
They didn't tell me. But I was in a hiding. They didn't know that I was in a hotel to Corona Hotel, opposite Chicago. The hotel to opposite Chicago.
Corona Hotel, yeah.
Yes. I was to the floor. I saw the people, they came with my husband's body. Because they fear I didn't go to school, so they want to play on me. Yes. So they brought my husband's body. They took my husband from the car. They carried him. The next morning, I said, I want to go see my husband's body. That's how I went to Chicago funeral home. I said, Chicago, I said, you see my heart at 7 feet, I will not cry. Because when I cry, I will not able to solve the problem. I will leave my children young. I will not cry. So when I entered Chicago funeral home, I saw the bullet my husband from here. You can see the mark from here and here. They bullet my husband right here in his chest and his right here.
But I thought is in the head. So you saw bullet mark in his chest?
In his chest and on his waist.
Jesus Christ.
Bullet wound. So I asked the people, I said, I want to take picture of this wound. They told me no. They told me no, that I can't take picture.
The funeral home told you no. The funeral home people told you no, you cannot take pictures.
The EPS people, Patrick Small will send people to carry me. Patrick Small, the police director.
Oh,
I went in his office. I went in the police director office. I sat in his office. And he said my condolence, my word to Patrick Small. Patrick Small will say my husband died today is 3 weeks. Then you telling me today my condolence because people bring me to see her. I said, what I came for is what I want to do. Oh, get in the car, let the car carry you. I said, I'm not going with you. You won't kill me. When I went to the place, I lost. I was sitting in the place, the family, they told the family, said, man, I already get us. My late brother said, no. My sister is in the building. If you don't produce my sister in the building, I will put the building down. That's how the people came. I was sitting now even to myself. I went you a lot. I went you a lot. If I were not, it's God's grace and not my strength, but my family, my late husband family from my side, not from past side, from my side, they stood by me. When I went, I said, I want the bullet for his chest. The people said, they can't give me the bullet. I said, okay, I want to do a autopsy for my husband. They said they can't do a autopsy. Man, I heard it. And if
Hold on. You requested to take pictures of the bullet wounds.
Yes.
They said no.
Yes.
The police people said no.
Yes.
You requested autopsy to be conducted on your husband. What did they say?
They said no. They said I should provide my own autopsy.
Because they know you cannot afford it.
Yes. I said, how will I provide my own autopsy if my husband worked for 15 years? My husband was not an ordinary person. Why I would take money from to do autopsy? So I want to do autopsy. They said this EPS man work too high. We feel not too high. So I said for me, they said, okay, if pastor will not bury him. So I told them, I gave a parable to them. I said the snail is living. If you take the snail from in the shelf, what will become of the snail? I said you can take the shelf and do what you can do with it. If I say, if you say you can bury my husband because all the things I'm requesting for, you have to do it. You can bury my husband, then then you can go ahead and do what you can do. That's how within the next morning, my husband entered call me and said, oh, we feel the people accept for them to bury your husband. I said, okay. But before then, the EPS people, when the day will bury my husband, the day I speak on air. Because all people say I shouldn't talk. The day they were carrying my husband to the grave, the pain was too much for me. I was pregnant 3 months. 3 months. I told the people say that the pain too much for me, I have to talk. I told them, so then I gave me I have to talk. The pain was too much for me.
We are sorry, man. We're very, very sorry.
And I told the world and told them, say my husband did not commit suicide, but my husband was killed by Josh Money. We are government. From that day, Papa, I couldn't get peace, yeah. The EPS people, EPS, they are the one who is doing the dirty deeds in our country. But that days will come. That days will come. I got a lot to say, but I'm not to say, I can't say all. So that days will come. The thing my husband said, bad thing can happen in our service, that days will come.
Now,
that day will come.
You asked for your husband's death certificate. You also asked for his benefits because you're entitled to it. What did they say?
I asked for my husband's death certificate. They said I should sign a paper. So that I told them, say, and I know book. So
what kind of paper they wanted you to sign?
And I know because I know book. So I can't sign no paper.
But to get death certificate, you must sign a paper?
I must sign paper before they gave me my husband's death certificate. So today, the government didn't give me nothing. Far rather than the government didn't give it to me. Man who served country for 15 years. They seized everything that belongs to Melvin Early. They started going after me from place to place. My phone couldn't rest. Oh, they calling me, Madam Early, we want you to compromise. The people that who talking in your ear here and there, they will not get no help to give you. We want you to compromise. Pastor will find you a job to do that you are say Finabono. And say the same way you are a guilty woman. You battle till you see the end today, you are product under you who in a bureau. I will battle, I can even get married or not get married, but I must see justice for my husband. And I'm
so Finabono kept calling you.
Finabono, yes, she pretended to be a mother for my husband, but Finabono is a murderer. Finabono is not a good woman.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Well, we have to take some calls. Folks, if you're listening, we have with us the wife of the late EPS officer Melvin Early. He was a 15-year veteran in the EPS, and he met his death on a very questionable circumstances. They said he shot himself, but from what the wife is saying, from what we heard, he was murdered in cold blood. You heard her. They offered the wife $10,000 to go on radio and corroborate the government's account or the government's story that Melvin Early shot himself. They wanted her to go on radio to say that for $10,000. Who proposed the offer to her? Finda proposed the offer to her. There you go. Many of the things she's saying we heard, but she has said more than we actually heard. So there you have it. George, let's take a few calls. Let's take 5 calls and we'll come back to her. Let me call Mr. Winifred. People have been sending money. The cash app is there. I want you to send a little contribution to her. We'll raise a little thing for her before she goes. People have been sending their contributions, whatever amount you can send. This woman has been struggling. She has been suffering. Send whatever little money you can send so that we can help this family. They are in need. The cash app is right there. For those of you who are listening and not watching the show, I'm going to call the cash app for you. It's +1 763 568 8538. 763 568 8538. That is the cash app. So you can send your little contribution.
Okay. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
If the line is bad, take somebody else, man. Do I have
I got good people on the platform, man. I will get money to Costa as well. My name is Dominic Kemoka, calling from Johnson Street.
Yeah, welcome to the program.
To that lady, man, I just want to say, have my warm condolence, my sympathy, This is what Labrador have become one of the footballing president, Killing people with integrity, people that stand for truth in any institution, they might have to kill you because they don't want the government to run on integrity business. They want to do anything they want to do. So anybody that's staying that way, they might have to kill you. There's company that in. So I just want to tell you, madam, I have my sympathy. This is that, bro. There's a lot of people, who have the hand, they will help you.
So I take another call.
Brother, thank you. That's 077010212 0886 010 0377. Okay, I'll go back here. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, it's not be that call. It's not ready yet. 077010212 0886 010 07701212. Okay, let's go back here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, and good morning to Petro Costa.
Yeah.
Hello.
We can hear you. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. My sister, I'm very, very sorry for the incident that took place in Capital. My sister, we ourselves feel the things that we feel, and we ourselves we sit and thinking how a man will put 3 bullets in your own head because when you put one, they already all in the brain. So how will you put 3 bullets at the same time in your head? We ourselves we been confused, my sister. Jackie Corey, by the blow is here or saying today. You're not just telling people 2023, you're not putting people out, that is facing justice. That's the only thing I have to tell you. Keep courage, never mind. I see your page. Thank you, that God bless you.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. That is 0770 102 102 0886 010.
One more call, George. Then we'll come back to Madam Ruth Early to close.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
My name is Ebudos Mato. I join you from Central Monrovia. Let me, Madam Ruth, let me say I share your opinion seriously. The same thing happened to the late Mobudu Flag here because he has a problem of not awarding contract to Maggie and he get died. It's in area. You see, this government, my brother, my senior brother is on SS. But guess what happened when the government took power? They tried and other things. They started giving them. At the end of the day, he started. He saw 3 SS. He went to the states. He has 2 different certificates. Yeah, but because of that, the same old thing. People are just these guys are just killing people here and there. I don't know where are we heading. How with this? Can the human rights people? In fact, can the U.S. intervene into the kind of situation? The guys are killing last. My sister. I'm in D.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much. We'll leave it there, George. No more calls. Ruth, let's come back to you. Ruth, we are very sorry for what you have had to suffer and continue to suffer since your husband was killed. It's just obvious that they killed him, and they want to, and they've been trying to bury it. And we thank you for your courage for coming out today to speak to us here. You know, we wish you and the children all the best. It's sad that because you refuse to play ball with them, they refuse to pay you your husband benefits. They refuse to give you his death certificate. It's just really, really sad, you know, and we just want to say, take heart, man, take heart. It's not going to be easy. You can't go home because you're afraid for your life, you know, because you didn't do what they wanted you to do, and that you're speaking up makes them even more angry with you or at you. So we raised some money for you. Good. My sister just announced it. We have $600 for you. Sister Winifred, check your Zelle as well. Somebody just sent $50 to the Zelle that I know of. Big brother Kiadi just sent $60 to your Zelle. So kindly check your Zelle as well if you haven't already checked it. So we raised a little bit of money for you this morning, just for you and the kids. My sister just wrote that we have $600 for you. So Martina knows how to get in touch with you. I will tell Sister Winifred Johnson to send the money to Martina. Then Martina will send the money to you directly. So it will not come to me. It will go to Martina. She will send the money to her today. You will receive it. This is just a little way for us to identify with you and the children and to just wipe your tears. Now we are at $700. So, all right. So let's give you a minute to close up, eh? Thank you for coming. Ruth?
Yes, I want to say a word.
Yes, that's why I said let's give you a minute. We give you 1 minute to close up. Yeah.
Okay. The thing I'm going through from the day my husband died, I've been running here and there with children. I was like not far from Lofa a few days when they were having that senatorial, when they were having that campaign in Lofa. So Thomas' father was there, and I was working with Thomas' father. I had a female operator for Thomas' father company. A lot of people were going.
Hello, machine operator. You used to work for his company.
Thomas' father company he got now. I had a yellow machine operator, the female operator for Thomas' father company. They few days, the workers been behind me to go back to Liberia, that the government want to see me. So I was not safe to where I was. I have to live with my children again. So I'm calling upon the UN, the Human Rights, the United Nations, who is there for people that can save my children and myself life. Before we be passing through all those things, end of the day, something happened to us. People sit again and say, oh, a jackal like the way my husband's spirit. So I'm appealing to them to really help us. Even my baby, he's 5 years old, he said he wanted to talk. I said, they not call you yet. Yes. My baby can explain to you how his father was killed. He will explain everything to you. So I'm asking you to help me save my children and myself life. Because if those guys know that every day we talk on platform that they will expose them, they will always hunt us. And they know how my husband was killed. So no security for me for now. There is no security. So I'm appealing that the UN, the United Nations, the human rights, they didn't look after my children and us. So they can't harm us. Just we are government is very heartless. Just money we are government. They are very heartless. So I'm appealing to you to help my children and myself to see protection for us.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much. Thank you for your strength. Thank you for coming on, and we will do what we can do. We'll spread the word for you. We'll talk to some people and see what we can do for you. All right, bye bye. So Martina will get in touch with you to send you the money. Hey, my man, what's up? You all right?
You want to talk?
Yeah, talk now, talk. Let's hear you. What's your name?
Melvin.
Oh, you're Melvin Early Jr. That's great. What do you want to say to us?
I want justice for my father.
You want justice for your father. That is very good, Melvin. Melvin, how old are you?
4 years old.
You're 4 years old. You want justice for your father. Those are powerful words, Melvin. Melvin, you will get justice for your father one day, yeah?
Yes.
You want to explain how you were killed?
Yes.
No, Melvin, we don't want to. That's too traumatizing. We don't want to do that. Thank you. Thank you. Be strong. Wow. He wants justice for his father. Did you hear that, little boy? He wants justice for his father. Jesus Christ. From a 4-year-old kid. Are you kidding? How do those people sleep at night? How do they live with themselves to kill another human being in cold blood like an animal? Wow. My people are here. It's sad. I want to thank all they give us. We now have $850 US. $850 US for the wife and the children of the late. And this woman, you got to respect her. They offer her $10,000 US. She could have requested more. They would have given it. She refused to take it. She refused. You must respect her. She said, no, I will not take your dirty, bloody money in exchange for my silence. I will not do that. I want justice for my husband, for my children's father. Very sad. Very. We are now at $900 US. $900 US. Thank you so much. You all can help, and we can take it up to $1,000. It's sad, my people. It's very sad. A friend of mine, Francis, thank you. Francis said he would send $100 later on. It is deeply sad. The wickedness in our country, and it's always been there. Every government got their own people that they get killed. They kill some people. We are 900. Very good. $900 US. Telling them the people they kill. Georgia government got their own people they kill. Who are the future victims, murder victims of the next government? Every government got their own people they can kill. Some of the people they get murdered, we don't even hear about them. Only some of the murders we hear about. When will this end? When will we ever have a government that will not murder its own citizens in cold blood in order to protect themselves from getting exposed? When? Who are the future murder victims? Some of you are walking around, you're just waiting to get murdered by your government. Now and in the future. Liberia is a sick place. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have yourselves a good day. Bye-bye. We're at $1,000. That's fantastic. 1,000 US dollars. Thank you.